Up to now, we have learned Databricks fundamentals. In this episode, we're moving into real data engineering. We'll be covering bronze, silver, and gold pattern, which is called the Medallion Architecture. The concept-wise is very simple, straightforward, but this concept will replace the existing traditional ETL system like SSIS packages. So everything we have done in SSIS package will be replaced by this Medallion Architecture in Databricks. So let's take a look a little bit in detail what that mean. So let's keep it simple. Bronze is staging table. So it's a raw data. You are just keeping raw data without a lot of change. It's just for the traceability, to tracking purposes. So if you want to see what kind of file you have received like 3 months back, then this bronze layer is good for that. So we'll be keeping the history of the source. So that is something we named as a bronze layer. The silver layer is actual data engineering. So anything, cleansing, correction, deduplication, standardization, implementing business rule, um, apply complex transformation, everything end to end we will be doing within this silver level. So start from cleansing to doing all those aggregation and final complex business logic will happen in silver level. This is basically, we can call it the cleanse table as well in traditional environment. The good practice and silver level is, we should create an error table. If there is any error happened, those errors should go into error table. That is another thing we should think about when we design the silver level table. And the silver level is the table where downstream team will start trusting. They are not going to trust this bronze because this is source as is. Downstream the user, they will start looking silver level. However, the gold layer is, like name suggests, is a gold, is a aggregated data in warehouse. Like if you work with traditional system like DIM, in fact, data warehouse table, this is just like that. The final table, report ready data. The one important thing we should consider on gold level is we should not add any complex transformation logic in gold. If you do that, that will be cost heavy, and there will be many other problems. So any of the business logic change transformation need to happen, that should be in silver level. If you make any change on silver level, that will refresh in gold level. The data will refresh in gold level. It's going to be a little different than traditional system. In traditional, like if you want to fix older data, there will be some complexity involved. However, in this Delta Lake system, on this system, there is little easiness to update historical data. So these are the high level bronze, silver, and gold concept. Traditionally, as data engineer, ETL developer, everybody we have done this work, but it's just name little fancy, I believe. It's just called the Medallion architecture. We'll just keep it simple. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you, if you think about the SSIS packages, you can compare with a Databricks if you want to compare with the Databricks. If you know already control for tags, in Databricks, there's something called the job or orchestration. If you know already about data flow, in Databricks, we can call something called the notebook or Spark transformation. And for these bronze, silver, and gold, already if you know the SSIS, there's stage table, cleanse table, and data warehouse table, final table, right? So the same concept is in this Medallion architecture, nothing new. With that being said, I'm gonna jump into my catalog, my Databricks, and then I'm going to show you how we can create those Medallion architecture right here. So for that, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna create catalog first. I'm going to create the new catalog called retail project. So before I create that, what I'm going to show you is I already downloaded some files like a retail customer, retail order, and sales. This is this file. I'm going to upload this file, and I will show you step by step how we can create those bold, silver, and gold level of architecture. So let me go to my catalog, and let me create the catalog called retail project catalog. Retail underscore project. Then it's going to be standard. I'm going to create that catalog. And then I'm not going to configure anything. I just have AG, so I just create a retail project catalog. With that, I have only default and information schema with that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create gold, silver, and bronze schemas. So the first one is bronze. I create the bronze. I'm going to create gold, another one, or silver. Silver, and then I also I'm going to create the gold. Okay. All right. So I created three schema, bronze, gold, and silver. Those default, and the information schema was already there, is by default, right? So within bronze, I don't have anything. I don't have any table within those. So what I'm going to do is next, I will be bringing this to retail customer messy and retail order messy CSV file. So these are like just a source file. This is just raw data. Let me, if I open this, and if I want to show you. There is a customer ID, customer name, email, phone number. There's something not available, and things like that. Date of birth. There's date column format are all differences right here, and so on and so forth. So let me save these. Let me open this order data as well quickly. And let's see, order. I have the order ID, order date. I can see this data on way different format. Product ID, I have seen there's blank here. I think the ID should not be blank as well. I have seen the discount should be on one format. The category, I have seen the electronic, and electronic there is spelling difference and things like that. There is store location not available. Most of so these are the thing I've seen as a raw file, right? So what the first step is we will be loading this file as is on our branch. Second step in silver, we'll be cleansing everything, and then I will be sending those data to the gold level. So that is our main purpose. So in bronze, I'm gonna click on bronze here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the volume. If you follow the last episode, we talk about this creating a volume. So basically, with the volume, we are bringing those files, right? So let me create the volume as a retail product. One moment. Let me call as a raw file. Run is file. And then the I should be able to choose this catalog and schema. So I'm going to choose the retail project here, and the schema is front. I can change it if needed, but I wanted to put those file on this catalog and schema. That's a bronze schema with a retail. So with that, it's raw file is name. Let me recreate actually. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna create a new volume called raw underscore file, and then I'm going to keep these two right there. Okay, so I can delete this later, but I can have the actual raw file. So I'm going to go to raw file, click the raw file, and then with that raw file, I'm going to upload those two source file. This one and that one. Right, upload it. So those file was uploaded from my local machine to my bronze schema. So these are file. So now I have to create the table, bronze table. For that, I have to create, I need to create a notebook. Let me create a notebook. Actually, I do I already download that notebook as well. So to save the time, I'm gonna get that notebook. So this is actual notebook is. So this has all the information. I download it. So I'm gonna upload that notebook for you, and then what I'm going to do? Click on workspace, click on home, right click right there, and click on import. So that I should be able to import that notebook. So I'm gonna select this notebook here, click OK, and then import. It's import successfully. I'm going to click that notebook. You see, those notebook is already here. The next step is code is already there. I need to run this code along with you, right? So all those this bronze data currently on a raw file is a file format only. So we create the bronze table, and we'll be creating table on silver level, and then we'll be creating table on gold level. That is our main goal. So let's start. This is the first step, right? We are doing the work on bronze layer. What we are doing here is defining schema. We are defining schema on bronze layer. So let's do that. So here is the first step what we are doing. So since we have the two different data set, order and customer, we are bringing those two data set with all staging format. Defining the column with all the staging and define with this variable. So let me run that, and so this table format will save on this variable. And next step is we are bringing data, the raw data in CSV file. This is the volume that we created. Volume underscore retail project, and raw data. Bronze raw data and this. Let me run this. So read the raw data and save this in order quantity of data frame and customer data frame. The next step is we will be creating the table from first that using the save as table method. I think we already covered this to create this table, this kind of table using that data frame using this file, right? So if I hit this one, we'll be creating this two table on bronze level. Okay, that's this was run. So let me refresh the bronze right here. I should be able to see those two tables. Let me make a little bigger here, and then let me click on refresh, retail project bronze, and you see I had a volume. Sorry about that. I have a volume, and I have a two table right here, the bronze order table and bronze customer table. So the customer table has this many column, and then order table has that many columns. So we can start doing all those activity. However, this is bronze. We are not going to do any further cleansing activity on this bronze level. Now, next step is we are going to move this data to the a silver level and do all kind of data activity. So just for your reference, we have created this two at file level. We keep this file, and then these are the table, or vice versa. These are the file, and we created the bronze table right there. So this is how it's supposed to be. The next step is we are transforming this data into silver level, and there is like we mentioned that there is a data and date format mismatch. There is a duplicate issues. There are null issues. That's percentage issues, and we have to remove those negative and things like that. We will be taking care of those each one at a time. So let's start fixing those things. This is first, fix the date format. Like we see that order data has a different format. So this is something like try to date format. If you do not know this code, we can write this code in SQL. If you try to understand what this code is look like, then what we can do is see and convert this code to SQL. If I just do that, it will convert, and we can let's see. You see, this code is just like coalesce to date, order date, and that format. So this is what this is doing. This code is doing. Let me So the order date was successfully completed. Now you see this order date. We have, if there is a different date format, it's converted to null. Like if there is, it doesn't match with that format, then it's just converted to null. So that one thing we have done as a part of cleansing. So let's move to the next step. So let's fix the category value. If you do not remember the data, if you go up the category, you see the electronics and electronics. This is the name mismatch, right? Home and living and home and living. There's a difference, and things like that. So what we want to do is we want to fix those to standardize things. So let's select the category to have the distinct record. How this look like? You see, the electronics and electronics, fashion and versus there is spelling mistake, and home and living versus home and living and things like that. This is how the current category we have. So what we want to do for that is we can simply write some case statement. If this, then change that, right? If home and living, then change home and living. If if spelling mistake, then correct that mistake. Otherwise, have the same category. That kind of thing we can do right here. So let me run that quickly. That was completed. Now let me run that. Okay, so if I go back before that, I do that. Let me rerun this distinct. You see, those category was corrected out after this. So we do have the distinct record. So let's see. Now we wanted to complete this duplicate record as well. Order ID without if you select all the order ID, there is 10,050. However, if you do the distinct order ID, there is 10,000 only. What that mean? That means there is 50 record as duplicate, right? So there is 50 record as duplicate. To fix those duplicate, we can do the count distinct on order ID. So we can remove those record from there. Drop duplicate. I think we use this drop duplicate function. So all the duplicate was removed. Then once we have this read on the same code, now this duplicate was removed. Both has 10,000. Let's do one more thing. Let's handle the nulls, right? Quickly. We have the discount column, and this discount column has, we want to fix that null issue. If there is a null, we can make a 0. If otherwise, we can do the other thing, right? With column. With column, I think I already mentioned on previous video as well. This function, we created the new column. This is a composite column or derived column. Do that. So let me run that script, and then let's see the result set quickly. So this is how we can do our cleansing activity. So these are some of the silver level cleansing we are performing, right? Data start looking good. We have done this order data cleansing, product name cleansing, category cleansing, and total amount, and things like that. So we can do more is needed, but for now I think this is good enough to show you or the cleansing activity. Okay, with those all cleansing activity, our data let's start again. It looks good. Now this cleansed data, we need to move to the silver level. So for that we can write one script, like we can write the silver df to write the delta table from our silver order table. So this is what we created earlier, right? So let's run this. All right, so we cleanse those table and then upload those data, save those data in a silver level, silver customer and silver order. So if I refresh this silver level, now I have this silver customer and silver order. If I can do select star from the silver order and silver customer as well using SQL. This all good. So maybe I want to do that quickly. Or I can do that later. So basically, I just want to show those silver level table as ready, cleansed data was ready right here. And for gold, we don't have anything, we have not sent any data in the gold yet. There is no data. We have a bronze data, we have silver data. Now, the next step what we are going to do is we are going to send silver data into the gold layer. So it should perform a couple of steps like read this silver label into customer DF and order DF. We are displaying those two record right here through the silver label. The next step is we are going to create some dimension table dim customer to convert those cost data to as a dim customer. I just ran that one. The next step it will be dim customer. In dim customer, those data should will send to the dim customer table as a save as method. Dim customer in gold actually. We are going to create this data into the gold. So I have submitted run this one. I think it was done. Okay, that's completed. If I refresh the gold layer now, my one of the dim table should be created on the gold level. Yeah, gold dim customer table was created like on this one. So we just created gold dim customer uh, from dim customer. And also we can similarly we can create the fact table, and we can do some kind of perform some join for those table using customer ID and things like that. And we can also add some additional column like order date, year, month, and day through the order date, things like that. And finally, there is a fact table is ready. We can save those data into dim gold fact cell table. And if I run my the final script, the gold fact was created in gold layer within gold. A retail project, gold schema, and gold fact table. And this gold fact table has come to, as a gold DF. Gold DF is this, right? So it's coming from here. All right. So if I refresh my gold again, I should have two table right here, and then we can create the view on top of it. So let's create the view with this script, create a replace view using this table. The view name will be view gold fact cells. Select set from this table. The same thing goes here. I think is run successfully. So if I refresh my thing, and the view should be on default schema. If I refresh my default, actually it's in within a gold. So these two are table and these two are view. Like you see this view are created. So table are for internal people, view are for user. We can customize those permission accordingly. We'll have I'll create another quick demo video how to do those permission things on this level. So this is all I wanted to cover in this video. I'm not sure if you follow along everything, but the main purpose of this video is just to show you how bonds, silver, and gold actually works in Databricks. So that's my objectives to create the video. Hopefully, with this video, I think you get a high level, concept or high level, at least knowledge how this really works. So that is what my intention was to create this video, and hope that makes sense for you guys as well. And that is all about Medallion architecture. Um, and that is how the existing SQL or existing ETL process was replaced by this process. With that being said, I wanted to wrap up this video. Uh, but for next video, I will be creating incremental load process. I'm gonna demo how the incremental load really works in Databricks. Thank you for watching, and bye for now. See you later.